hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Markkanen is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2 guard. And for Dallas, big man on the floor for him, it'll be Washington and Gafford. Max Christie out there with Flag. And it's Marshall in at the 3. Breaking this a fun time of year, mid-season basketball, from award races to juggling playoff pictures. It's terrific.
Yeah, you really get to see things taking shape. I like watching teams rise up and make the unexpected run. Makes the league so much more interesting.
And so Nurkic will bring it up for Utah. George passes to Nurkic. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Mikhailuk. Marshall defending. 4 on the clock. Nurkic setting the pick for George. Nurkic kicks to George. Nurkic setting the pick for George. Shoots over Gafford. They get the rebound. Outside, George. Picked by Markkanen. The 3. A rebound by Washington. First quarter, just over a minute played. And Flag throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Mikhailuk. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Wow, they finally get it to go down on their 4th try.
Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Nathaniel Gafford is a vertical threat at the cup. Look out below.
Now George. He had 25 points last game. Markkanen can't get it to go.
So often the outcome of a game is dictated in the first quarter of a game. This is a tough start.
Here's Christie. Shot's good. Marshall making the play.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here's George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Flag, following the 3-pointer by Utah. Pass to Gafford. Right wing. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And it's Flag missing. Utah has gone 2 of 5 from 3-point land here in the first quarter. And Markkanen throws it down.
Markkanen finishes that with authority. Look out below.
And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild. But they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
Here's George, following the score by Dallas. Pass to Markkanen. Nurkic a screen on Washington. Markkanen passes to George. Shoots the 3. Markkanen can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Christie. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And that one's good. Flag.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well. I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Pass to Christie. And here is Washington. Here's Marshall. He has yet to score. Fires it up. And it's Flag missing.
This guy does not love to operate in the mid-range, and it showed right there.
Nurkic the pass to Mikhailuk. Outside, George. Over flag. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Credit the defense right there. They have not allowed this guy to get going at all in this period.
Pass to Gafford. Here's Washington. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. Jazz trail by 3. To end the cold streak. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. And here's Marshall will bring it up for Dallas. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
One of the things that you know when you miss free throws is you're giving the team opposite you all the momentum. You're failing to capitalize on their mistakes.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them. And why don't we take a chance now to see which teams have been the NBA's highest scoring squads this month. In third, the Jazz.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Utah with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Sensabaugh. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Now, here's Washington. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Now, here is George. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Can't hit that one. Mavericks leading by 5. Now, flag. Christie with it. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Just 5 to shoot from deep. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Jazz trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And Utah making a change here.
Jazz substitution. Bailey. Collier.
Dallas is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
And the Jazz with possession here, following the score by Dallas. Here's Bailey. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now, here's Marshall. Still without a basket. And here's Washington outside. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. And now, let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Here's Washington, following the bucket by the Jazz. For the screen on Markkanen. And here's Washington outside.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Nurkic kicks to George. Now, Nurkic, he's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. George looking around. From the arc, hits the three-point bomb. George has got the game tied up here for Utah.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Marshall passes to Gafford. Here's Flag. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
And guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
And you look at this Mavs rotation now, Doris, a wide range of ages.
And that's important, Kevin, because typically when you start a rebuild or a build, it begins with young players. But inevitably, there comes a moment in time where you think we need some maturity and we need some veterans in our locker room. So it's always better to have a blend.
You love that Gafford is not deterred at all by the defense, just great focus and touch.
Love outside. And the Jazz, another three.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's Nembhard. Martin wide open. He fires. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Love the pass to Bailey. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Thompson, he's checked in for Dallas. And Utah with a change here, too. Sheboy's checked in.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass and stolen by Thompson. Bounce pass, Nembhard. Now, here's Thompson, defended by Filipowski. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Filipowski.
Well, he does a lot of his work on the interior, more than people realize. Klay Thompson gets those calls because of his willingness to put himself in tough spots.
Shoot two.
That free throw good from Thompson. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
He's perfect from the line this time.
I think when we look back on the career of Klay Thompson, he is going to be considered one of the greatest shooters in the history of this league.
Now, here is George. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the first. And stolen by Russell. Pass break, Dallas. Nembhard, the pass to Thompson. George with the steal. Here's Collier. Lays it up off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Mavericks leading. Out to Russell. Lets it go with the three. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, the lefty stroke of D'Angelo Russell on display. This is a guard who can be effective with and without the ball.
Pass to Filipowski. Jazz passing it around. Shoots it. And it's Collier missing.
Well, this guy typically a nice touch from mid-range, but obviously can't make them all.
Russell from long range. Rebound, Utah. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
Hendricks passes to Bailey. That three off the mark. And so it's Cooper Flag making things happen for Dallas. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
They've got Klay Thompson. He's out there with Martin, and it's Russell in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who Dallas starts the second round. Now, here is Russell. Pass to Nembhard. Over George. A shot by Nembhard, no good. Jazz trail by 5. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for D'Angelo Russell.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Kelly's checked in. Nembhard sets the pick for Thompson. Launches it. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Inside, here's Filipowski, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Oh, it's exactly how you lead someone with the pass. Beautifully done.
Here's Nembhard. Still scoreless. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Pass to Hendricks. Bailey with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bulls in Chicago. George, that's a 2-pointer. Again, the Jazz score. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now, here is Russell. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And that one, good.
That's a nuanced understanding of pick-and-roll play. D'Angelo Russell, nicely done.
You know, Doris, we know how good D'Angelo Russell is now, but how about having to play his high school team?
No kidding, Kevin. Let's just talk about the fact that he and future MVP at that time, Joel Embiid, were on the same team in high school. How would you game plan for 2 NBA players if you're another high school team? Stop it.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Kevin?
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. Now, here is Russell. He's got 5. Thompson for the triple. Filipowski grabs the board.
Listen, things aren't going his way right now, but listen, you just keep going. Keep working at it.
Pass to Collier. The Jazz working the ball around now. Fires for three. Cans it from downtown. Collier's got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz. This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And with this chance, let's quickly go to our rookie leaderboard and find out who the top assist men are among the first-year players. And you look at Collier, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved.
A number of gifted passers entering the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the very best. I like what I've seen from him as a distributor.
And Nembhard has it in the corner. Pass to Washington. They set the screen. It's stolen by Bailey. Now, Filipowski. He's coming off a 19-point game against Chicago.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
And the shot is good. Markkanen's got 7 points in the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Flag. Now Washington, he's guarded by Markkanen. The tray. Utah with the rebound. And here's Utah. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Stolen by Nembhard. Now, here's Washington, defended by Filipowski. Marshall sets a screen for Flag. It's a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Marshall's got his first points of the game.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Now, here's George. He's got 5. Here's Collier. It's good from long range. Collier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, Markkanen's vision on display there. Very good awareness.
Out to the right wing. And here is Washington. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver. 6 on the shot clock. Washington sets the pick for Flag. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Utah leading by 5. Over to the wing. Back to George. Pass to Markkanen. Here's Collier. And it's Bailey in the corner. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Oh, rising up from the mid-range, but doesn't exactly look confident about it.
And here is Washington. With the teardrop, and it's good on the way in. Washington's got his 2nd bucket.
Well, athletic, long, P.J. Washington on the interior, yeah, that's a pretty good bet.
With some arc, and Markkanen lays it up and in.
The assist.
Markkanen's got the lead back up to 5 now for Utah. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Both teams will make substitutions. You know, Doris, here's a question for you. Is there a reason why we see so many point guards become head coaches?
I do believe, Kevin, obviously as a point guard, you are responsible on both ends of the floor. On the offense for knowing all of the sets and where every single guy is positionally. On the defensive end, you're the lead communicator. You are at the point of attack. So it makes perfect sense to me that they become head coaches.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Pass to Marshall, beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Marshall's got 5 points so far.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Outside, Markkanen. There's the triple. Buries it from 3-point range. Mikhailuk's got the lead up to 5 now for the Jazz.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
To the inside. 6 feet out. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. He's got 8.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Markkanen looking it over. From past the arc. Rebounded by Gafford.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Nurkic with the double team. Flag with it. Working on George. Flag with it. And another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
In the modern NBA, boy, you hunt down mismatches. That's a size disadvantage, and he takes advantage.
Pass to Sensabaugh. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Max Christie. That's his first foul. Collier, he's checked in for the Jazz.
Number 4 for Utah. Number 8, Isaiah Collier.
Screen by Nurkic. To the middle. Pass to Sensabaugh. 4 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And Doors with the big trade last season. There's more than a little pressure to win in Dallas.
Kevin, this organization traded away a generational star in Luka Doncic, one of the great players we've seen come into the league as an 18-year-old. And you've got a player in Anthony Davis who has an injury history and is 6 years older. You better believe there's pressure in D-Town.
Mikhailuk can't get it to go.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Washington. Flag sends a screen for Washington. Wide open shot is on the money. Washington's got 6. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
To stop the drought, Mikhailuk can't get it to go. The Mavericks leading. Washington inside. 6 points for him, and the shot goes in. He's got 8.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Pass to Nurkic. Markkanen against Washington. Right side, Markkanen. That's the 3 fly. Drills it from outside. Markkanen's got it all tied up now for the Jazz.
Well, you can see this team depends on Markkanen to space the floor, delivers with the range 3 there.
Gafford kicks to Washington. No good from outside.
Well, you can see they are willing to absorb some of these open shots from this guy because obviously another miss here.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Lauri Markkanen. He's getting around 28 points per, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Bailey's checked in for the Jazz. Pass to Marshall. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Christie with the bounce pass. Here's Flag. He's got 11. Back to Christie. And here's Marshall from the arc. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And it's the Mavericks with the ball, following the bucket by the Jazz. Here's Flag. This one for 3. And the foul called on Cooper Flag. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
The Jazz with the lead. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now here's Markkanen. Launches a three, and it's Flagg with the rebound. Flagg's got 4 rebounds in this game. It'll count. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Jazz leading by just 2. Now Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
I'm here with PJ Washington. PJ, what will be the key for you guys defensively in the second half?
Not letting them get easy routes to the basket and contesting their shots, rebounding, and not letting them get second chance points.
Comes back to the fundamentals, guys.
Thank you, Allie. And folks, don't go away. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
Hello, everybody. No lack of drama tonight. The Utah Jazz might be taking this one all the way down to the wire.
The front office made it a priority to lengthen the bench, and you're seeing those returns tonight.
Yeah, this is a team that can throw a lot of fresh bodies at you. All right, guys, time to see what the fans are saying on social media. And we got a question here from Christo at Point. Between Kenny and Shaq, who's the best at playing 2K?
Oh, it's got to be me, Arnie. Come on. Shaq's hands are too big for the controller.
See, that's where you're mistaken, my guy. I don't even need a controller, Kenny. I'm in the game. I can program it from the inside.
So basically, you're saying you're going to cheat. Yeah, okay. That disqualifies you right there.
Well, Christo, I bet that's not the answer you were expecting. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game for Lauri Markkanen.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. The lead is 2, so on the floor for Utah. We've got Jusuf Nurkic. Lauri Markkanen is out there with George. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. You know, with Daniel Gafford, they have an element inside that a lot of teams are looking for.
Well, let's begin with his motor. Daniel Gafford wants to play hard and compete on every possession. He's a lob threat and a rim protector. Give me all of that.
Out to the right wing. George with the bounce pass. Pass to Nurkic. They set the pick. Markkanen inside the line. Mavericks with the rebound. Gafford's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. They double him with George. Marshall deciding where to go with it. Gafford, high post. 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Marshall can't hit. Utah shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Sensabaugh. Bangs home the trifecta.
These kinds of defensive breakdowns drive coaches crazy.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. And here is Marshall. Offered a screen on Markkanen. Here's Washington. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Well, what you get with P.J. Washington, we've seen it, Doris, an all-around game.
Kevin, he's cross-positional. He can make shots in big moments. He can absorb a huge defensive assignment, and the man loves to compete.
First free throw is good.
Now for P.J. Washington, it's important he continue to establish himself as a floor spacer. This guy can really make threes.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around, misses the 3.
Struggling to get into their groove here, just 1 for 4.
Here's Gafford, and he lays it straight in. Gafford's got the game tied up here for Dallas.
The painted area is the 9-to-5 place of business for Daniel Gafford, doing work right there.
George sets a screen, sends the ball, offline with his 3.
This certainly isn't how they wanted to start this half. I mean, just 1 for 5 coming out of the break. That is brutal.
Washington passes to Christie. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Flag off the left rim and out. For Utah, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Pass to Sensabaugh. Markkanen a screen on Christie. The Jazz with another miss. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Now, here's Gafford. Over in the corner, Marshall. 6 to shoot. Now, Flag. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Back to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
At the line for 1, P.J. Washington.
That free throw good from Washington. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the 3rd now. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
3-pointer, Markkanen. Christie with the rebound.
This guy hit a couple of threes in the first half, but since then it's been a little bit of a struggle.
They double him with George. Pass to Christie. Here's Washington. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Sensabaugh. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Here's Markkanen. Double team on Nurkic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's George on the wing. Sinks the triple. George has got 8 points.
Now, this is a guy who wants to score, so don't let him catch a rhythm.
Pass to Marshall. Markkanen against Washington. 3-pointer. Rebound, Utah. Nurkic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Now Markkanen. Nurkic a screen on Washington. Back to George for the lead. Mavericks with the rebound. Pass to Flag. Now Christie. Back to Marshall. And here's Washington outside. That ball. Great assist by Marshall. Marshall's got 4 assists now tonight. Jazz trail by 3. Now here's George. 8 points for him. Pass to Markkanen. A 3-ball. Christie with the rebound. Christie's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now flag from outside the arc. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Boy, they've done a good job overcoming his offensive struggles. He's got to be very thankful for his teammates.
George against Christie. Left side, George. For 3. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
And here's George. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now here's Markkanen. Lets it go from deep. A rebound by Washington.
Obviously, this hasn't been his strongest quarter, and they need more contribution from him.
Marshall with it. He has 5. P.J. Washington, and that's good. And now an 8-point Maverick lead.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Another miss by Utah.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Christie kicks to Marshall. And here is Washington. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. On the wing, George. He's covered by Washington. And Markkanen throws it down.
This is a 7-footer with some big-time vertical. Markkanen makes that look effortless.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And the Mavericks making a change here. Nembhard's checked in. And let's go down to a list of players you can't leave open under any circumstances. This season's most accurate small forwards from the field. You look at Marshall, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
Obviously, looking at those numbers, he hasn't just been settling for outside shots. He works very hard to get a lot of high-quality looks in close.
Yeah, I mean, he is just as effective from any range. You're right. I mean, he's at the absolute top of that list because of the work he does to beat his man to the rim and finish at the bucket.
A shot by Nembhard, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. And finished off by Bailey.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Here's Christie. Now Nembhard takes the 3. Filipowski grabs the board. Washington against George. Markkanen passes to Filipowski. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now here's Gafford. He's got 12. To the paint. And Gafford throws it down.
Well, Daniel Gafford sets a solid screen, gets off it quickly, and gets a bucket.
Here's Collier. 8 points for him. From deep, George. Pass to Bailey. Fires the 3. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. And the Jazz making a change here. Here's Collier. Shoots over Nembhard. The Jazz with another miss. Dallas leading by 6. Pass to Marshall. And here is Washington. 18 points for him. Clock at 6. Nembhard for 3. Filipowski grabs the board. Filipowski's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jazz passing it around. Here's Bailey. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Pass to Christie. Now, here's Washington. Here's Cisse. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, this is his bread and butter, folks. You know he's going to be hounding every missed opportunity.
Filipowski with it. 1:25 left to play in the 3rd. Here's Collier. Shot from the top of the key. It's good. Collier's got 10 points. 1:11 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Now Nembhard. Still yet to score. Down low. Here's Cisse. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. 50 seconds left in the 3rd. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Christie kicks to Washington. Fires the 3. Christie can't make it. Jazz trail by 6. Pass to Filipowski. And he banks in the layup. Filipowski's got his 2nd basket.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it. This guy has absolutely owned this quarter. This is how you lead by example.
Markkanen passes to Collier. Here's the 3. No good there. So it's Dallas with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So and let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Thompson and Flagg are the forward. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Nembhard in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Flagg. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
George finds Filipowski. Here's Bailey. Gets the bucket and the foul. That one on Thompson.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
They've been playing some really physical offense, just attacking the paint as much as possible. And I tell you what, they have been very successful with that strategy.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there, they are challenging them and getting it done.
There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And that one's good. Flag.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Up top, Filipowski. Pass to Bailey. Back to Filipowski, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Nembhard sets the pick for Russell. Here's Flag. Releases. Rebounded by Bailey. Bailey's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Collier. He takes it in. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Flag. Thompson looking for an opening. The 3. Filipowski grabs the board.
Boy, another miss, but you have to say to his teammates, great job. They have picked him up all evening long.
Here's Collier. He's guarded by Russell. Here's Collier. Here's Bailey. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Thompson.
Yeah, easy call.
Bailey, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dallas. Markkanen, he's checked in for the Jazz. That one drops. He ties it up. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Outside, Russell. On the wing, Thompson. Nice move. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Boy, Thompson keeps his composure through the contact. If you're going to foul him, it better be done right because you don't want to give him this and one.
Bailey, first personal, first team foul. Now at the line for your Mavericks, Klay Thompson, shooting 1.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Outside, George. Pass to Bailey from downtown. Nembhard grabs the board. Mavericks leading by 3. Gafford finds Russell. In the corner, it's Flag. No good on the 3.
I mean, apparently he still has the green light to shoot threes, but he is in an absolute funk right now.
Collier, that's good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Now, here's Gafford. Thompson from long range. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
I'll tell you, his shot has not been there, but I like the fight he's showing.
Pass to Collier. Back to Filipowski. Over Russell. 3-pointer, Markkanen. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Flag's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Russell looking around. Nimhard sets the pick for Russell. Thompson in the corner. Nimhard for three. Utah with the rebound. Markkanen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Collier. Outside, Markkanen. Lock at 6. Good. And the Jazz lead by 1.
Well, get the ball and go to work. Markkanen using his size to great effect inside.
Nimhard sets the pick for Russell to the paint. Wants to get it to Gafford and does. 2 points. That one goes. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Defensive foul. Kyle Filipowski. Second personal. Second team foul. At the line for Dallas. Daniel Gafford. 1 shot.
Free throw, no good for Gafford.
What you love about Daniel Gafford, he knows who he is. He's going to be a force in the painted area on both ends. He's going to take high percentage shots, and he doesn't mind the dirty work.
Now, here is George. Pass to Filipowski. Shoots over Gafford. The shot by Filipowski, no good. Dallas has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the 4th quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. To the middle. Markkanen can't get it to go.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Now, here's Washington. Christie, the best of Washington. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Utah has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And it's George missing. The Mavericks leading. Pass to Flag. And here is Gafford. Defended by Filipowski. Gafford kicks to Washington. Over in the corner, Christie. Dallas moving the ball around. Looking to get it going. Here's Flag. Nails the baby hook. And that's now 18 points for Cooper Flag.
Boy, how about that pass? He put it right where it needed to be.
George passes to Bailey. Right at the free throw line. And it's Flag with the rebound. Flag's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Now, here's Washington. Pass to Flag. Off target from three-point range. Jazz trail by 3 to the inside. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. And another look at that last play with the AT&T Connected Cam. Dallas shooting the ball at 42%. And Jason Kidd has called timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately.
Hey, get up and start shooting with your mascot. Let's dance!
And now, Hallie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message that Jason Kidd was giving to his team. Coach asked his team, can anyone knock down a 3? Reminding them three-point shooting will open up the floor, make things easier in the half-court offense. Everyone loves making 3s. Missing? Not so much. Guys?
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. And here are the Mavericks now. It's a one-point game. Back to Washington. For the screen on Markkanen. Oh, and the jam by Gafford.
That was an absolutely vicious throwdown by Daniel Gafford. Go get him.
Outside, Markkanen. Nurkic setting the pick for Markkanen. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Mavericks leading by 3. Pass to Christie. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
George in the post. Three-pointer, Markkanen. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Markkanen's got 19 points.
Well, after knocking down a couple in the first half, that's his first triple here in the second.
Pass to Flag. For the 3. Nailed from three-point land. 21 points in the game.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
And here's Markkanen. Takes a 3. Markkanen missing again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Marshall with the bounce pass. Flag with it. Pass to Washington. And again, Dallas with the 3.
Well, P.J. Washington, so skilled at knowing when to rise and fire.
Now, Nurkic covered by Gafford. Outside, George. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Spacing the floor. That's his third triple of the game and his second in this half.
Pass to Washington. Flag sets a screen for Washington. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
I don't know if he's just forcing things, but after one miscue in the first half, he's been a mistake waiting to happen since.
Jazz trail by 5. And here is Markkanen. Markkanen a screen on Christie. Markkanen outside. Stolen by Washington. Now Flag. Here's Washington. Now Flag. Fires the 3. Buries the deep ball.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Now here's George. Here's McKayla. Now George lets loose a 3. Nurkic. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
Boy, keeping Nurkic off the glass is a tall task, folks. He is so good pursuing the basketball.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
Mavericks leading by 5. Now here's Marshall. Here's Washington. Gafford with the ball. 6 to shoot. For the screen on George. Washington fires. The 3 doesn't go. Jazz trail by 5. Outside, George. 1:30 left to play in the final quarter. Markkanen sets the pick for George. Beyond the arc. Knocks down the 3.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Stolen by George. The rim robber, making no mistake.
And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow, a play that might come to define this game.
If anyone wants to know where the momentum turned, that may have been it right there.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. The wing, Markkanen. He's covered by Washington. Outside George. 5 to shoot. To take the lead. That one misses. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Flag, good!
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And the Jazz call time here. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
Jacks up a 3. Washington rips down the rebound. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul. Flag.
Drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, just a great job there. He put the game out of reach.
Launches it. It's off.
You know, we've seen him just tear after the rebounds tonight. No fear. You have to love that effort.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of